I didn't expect her to do anything else for me. Her giving me a place to stay was enough. Guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're doing something different. It's a little different, but not too different. So your girl's got a WhatsApp channel for you. For those who haven't subscribed or followed me on my WhatsApp channel, you should try. You should give it a try and you might like it. Anyways, I'm trying to find a space here to put my, yeah. So on my WhatsApp channel, I had posted a poll asking you guys, what would you like to see next on my channel? What video should I post next? And most of you voted a story time. And now I have been thinking, since that day, I have been thinking a lot. What story time should I record? Because I have so many stories, but I don't think I'm ready to put them out there. So I was just thinking, also I don't want to tell a story that you guys won't like take something from it, like you won't learn anything from it. Okay, so after 1500 years of thinking, contemplating which story am I going to tell out of all the stories that I have, so I decided I am going to tell you a story about how I got a second chance in family. Yeah, I think a second chance in family. So you guys, as you all know, I'm from Swaziland. I don't know if you all know, but I'm from Swaziland. Okay, and I also think I should change my intro. I think it should be, what's up you guys, welcome back to the channel. It's your girl baby Kumalo here. Yeah, because some of you guys don't even know my real name. Anyways, so back to the daily program. I'm not excited about this, but I am, but I'm not. Anyways, so I'm from Swaziland originally. I was born and bred there in Swaziland, and I moved from Swaziland 2010 and I came to South Africa. Now when I was moving from Swaziland to South Africa, I moved with my biological mom, and she passed away. May her soul rest in peace. She passed away 2012, 1st January. And ever since then, my life has been miserable. I went from one home to another, foster care kind of thing, but it wasn't really foster care. It was just me trying to find myself places to stay. So I don't know, I really don't know how to tell this story. Okay, so after my mom died, I fell on the hands of my boyfriend at that time. My boyfriend took me in, I started staying with him, and I got pregnant. I remember I got pregnant before my mama died. I got pregnant in December 2011. It was November 2011 because I found out December, and then January she passed away, and she didn't even know I was pregnant. So anyways, after my mom passed away, my boyfriend at the time kind of changed on me. The relationship quickly turned sour. I now don't know if it's who he was. Maybe I just couldn't see at first because I was blinded by love and the excitement of I'm finally dating, because he was literally my first boyfriend. I was still a virgin and everything. So dating my boyfriend was crazy. It was hectic. It was like a horror movie. I don't want to lie. There is no good moment that I can remember from that. My experience of that relationship was hell for me. So my boyfriend was physically abusive, mentally, emotionally abusive, to an extent that I started getting dreams that my mom was attacking him in my dreams whenever he would like hit me and stuff. So he was a very disturbed man, very angry, very, yeah, aggressive and all of that. So I met a chick, because where we were staying, there were GS student. So GS is a college. I think it's a government college called Hert. Yo, I don't know African, so but it's Hert Sibande, something like that. Sibande College, and we were staying next to those students that were going to their school. So one of the students was Stanley Kumalo, who was originally from not Gracie, Caroline. I don't remember, but yeah. And a couple of guys. I wish I could remember all their names because they were super nice to me. There was just a lot of students there sharing a very big house. So I got close to them because of the particular one, Stanley Kumalo, because we share the same name, and he became my brother. When he became my brother, he sort of like wanted to know what's happening in my life, why such a young girl is not going to school, why you're pregnant, why are you staying with a boy at your age, you know. So I had to like tell him the story and everything else, and then he was really moved and touched by my story to an extent that he shared the story with his housemates, and they all fell for me shame, and they started like helping me out because they would like invite me over to eat and stuff because, mind you, my boyfriend at that time was working, but he wasn't really doing much in the house. I don't want to like dwell in what he was doing because now it's going to seem like I'm painting him bad. So I don't want to do that. I just want to focus on what happened to me. So anyways, so I would go there to eat, watch movies. They would leave me with the keys. I would watch movies. Sometimes I would take baths there. They were super nice to me, and they even started when their parents will send them money for food, they will start counting me and my son as well, including me in the groceries, which was super dope. Hey, you know, life with God is so much easier, I'm telling you, because had I wasn't a Christian, or maybe even if I wasn't a Christian, God was still looking out for me. Because I remember back in those days I was very angry at God. Mind you, he just took the one parent I had and left me in this world with literally nobody to call and nobody to go to. Because when my mama was sick, literally nobody in her family was there for her. And quite frankly, my dad's side of the family was also not really in my life, except for my auntie Dudu Kumalo. She was a gem. She was very, very nice to me, always trying to be there for me and stuff. I know I'm like going back and forth, back and forth. God, Jesus. I suck at telling stories. I see that now. Anyways, so basically I'm just trying to say that I know you might be asking yourself, but then where was your mom's relative or your dad's relative? My dad wasn't really in my life, and so was his side of the family. And then my mom's family are not really big in supporting each other. They were never there, basically. So it was after my mom died, it was every man for himself. Mind you, I was born with I have two sisters, so it's three of us. Anyways, so then Stanley and I became very, very close. Fast forward to a couple of years later, when he now got a girlfriend. The girlfriend was from here in Mbalenhle. The girlfriend was visiting every now and then, every month, every week, every weekend. And I also liked her. She was beautiful, light skin, you know, those hourglass bodies. She was very, very cute with a very big ass, and I really liked her. So she would call me Sconi, we'll call each other Sconi, and we became very close as well. So now I think when the girlfriend Mbume Mashewula, when she came in the picture, I don't know if she's the one who now wanted to help me out of the situation, because I tried running away from my boyfriend at that time, from my ex-boyfriend. Why am I saying my boyfriend? Sis. I tried running away from my ex-boyfriend a couple of times, and I saw that that wasn't working, because whenever he found me, he would make sure the people that took me in suffered as well. So I didn't like seeing that. So I just settled for whatever the mess was in the relationship. I settled for that. So when Bumi came, I don't know who came with the idea of like helping me run away. I don't know, but I thank God for that person. I remember my ex-boyfriend at that time. My boyfriend at that time was very drunk and he slept. And then I ran away. I ran away with my child and went to live with Bume in Secunda. That's how I got to Secunda. I got here by a girl who was dating a guy I was calling my brother, because we shared the same surname. So when we got here, her mom advised that I take my child to his grandmother, because it's better for me to struggle this life alone than with the child. It's harder like that, because alone I can go a day or two without eating, it's okay. But when you have a baby with you, it's very hard. Babies do not understand what's happening. They want food, they want that, they need clothes. So she said, if you take the child to the father's mother, to his father's mother, they won't kill him, they will take care of him. At the end of the day, this is their blood. So that's exactly what I did. I took the child and went to the place, and I left him there. Taking my child to his father's family was the worst thing I have ever done in my life. I was crying on my way there and on my way back. I was pouring. I was crying. I was so sad. I felt like I just killed him, basically. Anyways, after that, I tried getting my life together. Bumi's mom was helping me with, getting close to God and understanding the Christian ways, blah, blah, blah. And I was doing so well. I learned about fasting. I learned about how a girl in Christ or a Christian girl should live, blah blah blah. I learned a lot of things spiritually. So, and fast forward to when God thought it was time for me to move on, to the next chapter, and that was when I left Bume's place. And I basically lived on the streets after that. I was living on the streets for quite a while, and I'm gonna jump this one because it's not really important. I was living on the streets for quite a while until I started church at Assemblies of God. That was in extension 15. I started church at Assemblies of God, and there was a girl called Mbali that befriended me. And after she befriended me, she kind of came to where I was hiding myself, a place that I was calling home, which was a shack umkuku. That was like in a very shady place. Even that place was, the mukuku itself was shady. It looked like it was gonna fall at any day. But anyways, she came to visit me and saw the way that I was living there, and she wasn't happy at all. So she went back to her elders, I think her mom, and told the story. So now on the other side of the street where she was staying, there was an old lady who was staying alone, and she was pretty old, and she needed a helper. So they thought of me, and I needed a place to stay. So then I got that place there. So I stayed with the old lady, and the old lady had a son, and they just recently, not like recently, maybe like 2 years ago, lost a sister. And when I came to the granny's son, I was sort of like a replacement for his sister. And he like really loved me. Him and his wife really loved me. They showed me so much love and care, really took me in as family, and took care of me. And I took care of the grandmother. I don't know, should I say the grandmother? I don't want to say the old lady. Anyways, so she sort of like became my mom in a way, but it never felt like she's my mom, but I called her ma, as a sign of respect. So anyways, fast forward, my stay there was amazing until a couple of things started happening, of course, that I'm not gonna mention here, because I don't really wanna bad mouth anyone who helped me, because my best friend taught me something when we met, that maybe it is God that changes people's hearts so that you can now cross over, or you can now turn to the next chapter, because you get super comfortable, at times. Like, every time when they would help me and give me accommodation, I would like hold on so tight to that, because I'm looking for love, and I'm looking for a place to belong. Mind you, I grew up with no love around me, literally, because my mom was constantly somewhere trying to hustle some money for me to go to school and have uniform, and my sisters. So literally there was no love there. I know my mom loved us, but I never experienced that motherly love. So whenever I would get a chance to be around someone who's a female and old as well grown and matured, I would want to like hold on so that they can love me, so that I can belong, so that I can finally find a place I can call home, things like that. So I was like that, and then I think God just knew that he had something bigger for me, and I wasn't seeing the picture. I was just so happy with where I was, and he didn't want me to be content in that level where I was. So he would constantly change things around so that I would be hurt, or they would chase me out so that I can get to where he wanted me to be. And when all of that was happening, trust me, I was so angry at God, and I felt like, are you looking out for me, or you want me dead? Like, is this my life now? I'm just gonna be a miserable young lady with no home, with no one to love her, blah blah blah. I was always asking him those questions, and I didn't see the bigger picture, because he says in his word, for I know the plans that I have for you, plans to prosper you, right? So I never, like, to me, I knew the scripture, but it didn't dawn on me that, you see, I'm going through this, but it's going to be okay. No, I didn't see that. I wanted things to be okay now. But okay, anyways, so from there things started being sour, of course, and I was forced to move on, and I didn't know my next chapter. So one of the family members at where I was staying said, no, 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 you don't need to go back to the streets, come here, let me drop you off somewhere else. So the lady that I was staying at had a sister. My sister was married to the Lala people, or the Lala family, the Lala surname, and she had a lot of kids there. One of the kids is my current mother. So my current mom would come and visit her auntie, in English, in Zulu, mamncane wakhe. So I knew her. We were not close, but I knew her. She would just come check up on her mom and go back to wherever she came from. So when I was now gonna be stranded again, that one of the relatives said, let me take you somewhere. So we came here, and this is now where I'm staying, right? So we came here. I remember I looked like this foam, like I was literally this thin and so black, like this foam. Came here, and I remember Butimfana Futi explained my situation to her, and she didn't even like hesitate, honey. She was like, okay, I'm taking her. She was like, yeah, I stay alone in this big ass house. I am taking her. She's gonna stay here with me. Okay. So I'm getting emotional. So my relationship with my mom right now started off as sisters. I was calling her Sis Tuli out of respect. Not that it felt like we were sisters. I was just calling her Sis Tuli because all the people I knew then were calling her Sissy or Auntie. So okay, cool. Fast forward, we're living together. Mind you, girlfriend. I'm used to hustling my things, bro. I'm used to Okay. So I was used to pending for myself, basically, and I didn't expect her to do anything else for me. Her giving me a place to stay was enough. It was just enough. And me not expecting her to do anything, I would slave myself so that I can still have a place to stay. One, okay, just a moment. Yeah. So when my biological mom taught me this, she says, I'm teaching you hard work because ain't nobody gonna stay with a lazy person, with a lazy child. You make a place to stay for yourself by being useful, basically. Do you understand what I'm saying? I don't know how to put it the way she put it in English, but she said, uyazakhela emzini wabantu ngezandla zakho ngokukhuthala. So if you are lazy, no one is going to want to stay with you. So I took that. So coming here, I was like, I'm tired of moving from one house to the other, because I started feeling like there was something wrong with me. I would try my level best and something would just come up and I'm not needed anymore. And that hurt a lot because I felt like, why is it hard for people to love me? Because I'm perfect. I would clean, I would wash your blankets, I would cook, I would do everything. So why is it easy for people to dispose of me? Why am I so disposable? So coming here then and meeting this lovely lady who saw that I was cleaning every day, cooking every day, working my ass off. I remember she called me, she's like, baby girl, so you see it's only the two of us living here, right? I'm like, yeah. And she's like, you don't have to clean every day. You don't have to cook every day. Sometimes if you feel like you're lazy, don't want to cook, we'll eat bread and eggs and sleep. It's okay. You don't have to do everything every day. I was like, oh yeah, what's this? And I went to my room, the one that she gave me. I'm like, okay, I've never experienced this before. What does it mean? Could it mean that I'm finally home? And then something in the back of at the back of my mind said, you've done that before, don't start. And then I went on to, sitting with one butt, literally not being comfortable, because I felt like if I'm comfortable, then this will all go away in like a twinkle of an eye. So yeah, I just understood what she said and listened. So I now started not doing things at a different pace and allowing myself to relax. Now there's one time that I was so shocked and surprised. She came back from work with toiletries. She bought me toiletries, something that I'm not used to. She bought me toiletries. There was perfumes in there, there was pads, there was lotions. She told me that a girl has to have two towels, bath towels, the one for your body and one for your face. She told me how a girl baths, how a girl must smell, because my mom didn't have time to teach me all of that. So she taught me that if you're a girl, you have to smell good. If you're a girl, this is how you bath. If you're a girl, your towels should look like this. Your towels shouldn't be black. After bathing, you should hang them outside on the sunlight, blah 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 blah. Bro, I was still like, what are we doing here? What is this? From that to her buying me clothes. She would buy me clothes. She would even, she works at Sasol, right? And she has bougie friends, and when they don't want their weaves or their trousers, they will give her, and she would bring them home for me. And when I'm talking about handouts, Not like the handouts that we give out, because you'll be waiting for your dress to be discolored and to have tiny holes before you can give it out. These people would give out a brand new jean. You'll just see that, okay, this person might have worn this 2 or 3 times. The weaves were still good. Like, bro, I was wearing good ass weaves. Anyways, so I went from that. She was doing a lot for me. I don't want to mention this one, but I just want to say that there was a time she stood by me and against her family, her own family, for me. And that's when I saw that she's my ride or die. She's for lifers, bro. She fought for me. She fought for my place in this house, for my place in this family. She loved me unconditionally, so she accepted me for who I am, and that's how I got a second chance in having a family. Started working, started getting my life together, sending money to my son's grandmother, blah 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 blah. And now our circle got bigger. Sanele came to stay with us as well. Sanele is like my mom's cousin, and to me he's a brother, a very good brother to me. Sanele came to stay with us. I gained a brother, and then a couple of years later, Samge's mom's sister and my sister as well. I know it's weird. It's weird. My mom's sister is my sister. My mom's cousin is my brother. But Samge started staying here. She came to join us. She started staying here. We became siblings. So now we're a family of, or we were a family of 5. Now we're a family of, damn, what am I saying? We were a family of 4. Now we are a family of 5, because, okay, let me not rush there. So now staying together as the 4 of us is amazing. I don't remember a time we exchanged words. I don't remember a time where one had to raise their voice at the other. I don't remember a time where we sat on one table and discussed the other one or had a meeting because we don't get along. No. We literally get along so well, you would be so surprised. I have to live with these people every day and I don't get tired of them. Like, that's how we love each other. We are very supportive towards each other. We respect each other. Everything is equal in this family, and there's so much peace. So from growing up as a child with no family, with no love, and no siblings, because my sisters had their own dads and they were staying with their dads. I stayed with my youngest sister for a little while, but mostly they will be with their dads. My dad never wanted me. Anyways, so staying with these people now was like, what is happening? I even threw my mom a big party. Was it last year? I threw her a very big party to say thank you for taking me in, for giving me love, for giving me a second chance at this thing. Yeah, I gained a mom. And I was telling her, was it last year, September, October? I was like, I remember, right, you guys? I remember my life in Swaziland. But now it's like blur, because I feel like I came here as a small baby. Because that's what love does to you. Love nourishes it. Oh, it heals. I feel like I've spent my entire life here with her than with my biological mom. I don't know if it makes sense. I literally feel like she has known me from birth. That's when I say she's my mom, it's not forced. She's my mom. I literally feel like she's the one who gave birth to me. Anywho, so I'm just trying to say that I went from having no support from my family, no love for my family, literally nothing, to being surrounded with so much support, so much love, so much respect. The way my siblings respect me is so crazy. Sometimes I feel like, because I'm childish at times, I feel like they'd be like, bitch, we expect you to be mature. What the fuck? But that's the good part about having people accept you for who you are, and having people love you unconditionally, is because they can take any form of you. They can take any personality that you have, because I be having a lot of personalities. Let me tell you, I'll be having a lot of personalities, and they handle them very well. I can be loud, I can be moody. Next thing, I am just too matured for myself. Next thing, I am the drunkest in the room. Like, they know how to handle all of that. Do you understand? And then there has never been a time where they made me feel like I'm too much. They made me feel like I need to tone it down a little bit, or I'm too quiet. No, I can literally, like, I can be whoever I want anytime I want, and this bitch is here. And these people be like riding with me, and I love that for myself. So now, fast forward when we to the time when my child's grandmother now passed away. Now Bandile had to come and stay with us. At the back of my head, I still have this thing that this is not my real family. This is not my real home. What if me asking them to take Bandile in as well will be too much for them? Them meaning my mom, obviously. And then when I told her, she was like, we'll figure it out. I remember she was crying because that was the same time when she lost her older sister. But she was like, we'll figure it out. I don't understand why God is doing all of this, but we will figure it out. He has to come. There is no other way. Now there were complications when my son got here. But everyone was just welcoming towards my son. Sandra was a very lovely aunt. She is a lovely aunt to my son. My brother Sanele is a lovely uncle to him. Like, Njeyo, I'm gonna get emotional. I wanna cry on camera. What am I saying? I don't wanna cry on camera because I'm just not good with this thing. I wanna cry. I don't cry in public. I don't cry on social media. I mean, like, I'm a dog, bitch. You don't cry. Anyways, so when he came to stay with us, everyone was just welcoming. It was like he has been here for the longest time. I'm telling you. And there were complications when he got here. We couldn't find him at school. He was sitting at home. And everyone, yo, bro, when I tell you that God does things, ne, for a reason, whether it's a struggle, it's a blessing, be it whatever, he does things for a reason. And my best friend just said lately, we should pray for God to open our eyes so that we can see the miracles that he's doing, right? So that we can see the things that he's doing in our lives. And when I'm saying this, I'm seeing that Bandile coming here has also been a confirmation for me that this is where I belong, and these people that I'm living with are my family, and they're my siblings, and this is my mom. They are literally my ride or die. Why am I saying this? Because when everything was like stressing and everything was pointing to my son staying at home and not going to school, I saw everyone stressing. Everyone in this house was stressing. My brother was going to the neighbors, telling them to like find a solution, because apparently the neighbor is a politician. So he was asking for help. My sister Samga was very supportive as well. My mom was stressing. She wasn't sleeping. She would wake up at 12 and pray. Everyone was all hands on deck. The stress that I was having, they were having it as well. Like when I was supposed to go somewhere, my mom would even leave her car and go to work. Maybe my brother will have to drop her off in the morning and come back with the car, and then we'll use the car during the day to kind of like find a solution. and in the evening he will have to go and fetch my mom. Yeah, there was just a lot of things that were happening, and for me that was the confirmation that, look, these people are here for you, okay, and they're not going anywhere, okay. But then also the devil can tempt people to change. So okay, now this is me being weird, because I know that this my family loves me. I don't want to say these people because they're not these people, they're my family. My family loves me, they love me, and I love them back 100%, and I would literally do anything for them. And in closing, I just want to say, it was hard for me to tell this story because I don't like when people know my business. I don't like it. Don't like people being all up in my business. But you guys have also shown me a lot of support, so I think you deserve to know a little bit about me. And I don't know if you know my family, because I know I've got friends that are following me. If you know my family and you have my mom's number, or you come across her, you bump into her in Secunda, you give her a hug for me, okay? You give her a tight hug for me. I love her so much. I love my family. And that's the end of the story. And that's how a bitch like me has a family. So if I get married, now I'm gonna have people to represent me. You guys, if you're also going through something, a transition or something, just trust in God. He knows what he's doing. I should also trust in God because I stress too much. But he knows what he's doing. And remember the verse that I just recited. For he knows the plans for, okay, the Bible says, for I know the plans I have for you, says God. Plans to prosper you, not to harm you. I hope I'm saying it right. Don't forget to subscribe, turn on your post notifications on, hit that like button, okay, and leave me a comment of what video would you like to see next. Alright, let me go edit this.